Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Digimon Adventure 2020, episodes 24 and 25. So yeah, we had a little bit of a break from this because of One Piece week and everything, but we're back, and we got a couple episodes to get to. So yeah, last we left off, the fight with Devimon was going on, and Devimon digivolved, which definitely did not happen in the original. So that was interesting. But it looked like at the end he was about to digivolve again, thanks to help from the knight. Yeah, I still can't remember that. I can never remember its name. But that's what it looked like was happening there. So yeah, shit's getting real. Otherwise, I mean, there's not really much else to say going into this, so I think it would just be uh, the best option here to get into it and hope for the best with these two episodes. So, that being said, let's do so. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episodes. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, Devimon is finally defeated. Even after digivolving to the ultimate form of Neo Devimon and the mega form of Deno Devimon, he was defeated. And he gave up one hell of a fight. It was an amazing climax battle for this arc, for sure. It definitely felt like this big, grand final battle. But things didn't end there, as we saw. We kind of get this aftermath stuff going on, which I'll get to in a minute. Deno Devimon was terrifying. Like Devimon alone was scary. Neo Devimon was frightening, but Deno Devimon, holy shit, that was scary, and in the best way. He was not only just a legitimate threat, but his appearance, the way he growled and yelled and laughed and everything, the face, the everything was just excellent for someone who enjoys that kind of stuff like me. And the way they managed to defeat him was interesting too, because he was completely overwhelming them, completely. And so once he ate Tai, which I really did not see coming, we saw Metal Greymon got angry, and this is already after Tai and Metal Greymon already having kind of snapped and kind of unleashed. I guess you could say unleashed the darkness within them in order to push forward. So at this point, Metal Greymon had gotten so angry at seeing Tai being eaten and everything that he lost control altogether. And I swear that's, in fact, I'm going to look that up real quick. I swear that had to be Machinedramon. I mean, I could just look up what Machinedramon looks like. And that will be enough to tell me if that was him. Eh, kind of looks like him. Kind of not, though. At the same time. So maybe it wasn't quite Machinedramon, but something that looked like Machinedramon. Okay, well, either way. Yeah, Metal Greymon kind of like kind of was forced into digivolving into it because of his anger. And it was managing to do some damage to Deno Devimon, but it still wasn't enough. Tokomon managed to speak directly to Metal Greymon using like kind of Angemon powers and shit. It didn't look. It looked like Tokomon didn't actually digivolve to Angemon, but just kind of like projected that. But either way, he managed to get through to Metal Greymon, who realized that Ty was still alive and could be saved. So he ended up breaking out of his anger and briefly digivolving to War Greymon, at which point he just completely annihilated Deno Devimon and saved Ty. Um, so we got our first glimpse at War Greymon. I was actually wondering if we would have to go that far, or if we would just like get Omnimon or something. But no, we actually got our first glimpse at the Mega level for our hero. Um, and it was only kind of like a first glimpse. It was made very clear by the fact that he was like glowing and everything the entire time, and the fact that he didn't stay in the form, and no one even really knows what happened. It's made very clear that this is not going to be like a thing just right away again. This is something that was like, okay, here's your brief glimpse at this. It's coming in the future, but not quite yet. And I'm fine with that. I think that was a smart way to handle it, I feel. This way we don't have to force like all these other mega level evolutions right away. Maybe we'll actually be able to space these ones out a little more, unlike with the champion and ultimate levels, which were just kind of like episode after episode, just get one after the other. Maybe these ones will be spread out a little more, and this was just our first glimpse at that coming in the future. We'll see. We'll see. Either way, it was still pretty cool. And right after, we see Tokomon finally digivolve into Patamon. Um, so yeah, we have a lot of big stuff that happened. But after the battle, after everything is won, the entire island that they're on, the Cloud Continent, ends up part of it ends up breaking away, and they fall through, which reveals that the Cloud Continent in the first place was literally like floating in the air like a cloud. No one knew that was coming, I guess. At least I didn't, and the characters didn't. But so they're falling through the air alongside El Doradimon, the giant turtle they were already on, where the Devimon's tower was on, and suddenly get attacked by a bunch of Mamamon and Big Mamamon. Just because. So then they have to fight them off. Leomon and his gang come to help save the day, and everyone works together to kind of finish it off. They use strategy, they use force and tactics, and it's just all great to see. But meanwhile, in the real world, we have a bunch of other Digimon in the net, forcing some more trouble with the AIS. These ships are starting to crash into each other again, and in a very delicate area where the US and Iran are already feuding with each other in. So, not exactly great. Um, so we see that even the ultimate levels of the rest of our heroes who are stuck in the human world at the moment, even they're having trouble just taking out the sheer numbers of everyone around them, of all these enemy Digimon, which they need to be able to do in order to save everything that's going on with the AIS and all. And it seems like at the end of this second episode, end of episode 25 here, it seems like Izzy has figured out a plan. But we're not finding out about that yet. However, during everything that's going on, while they're trying to figure everything out and whatnot, Hikari arrives. And so this could be heading into a direction that is much different than the original. I mean, it already has, but I'm interested to see if she's actually going to have a role to play here. Like, are we going to get Hikari right away at this point? Because it seems like we just got Takeru. So I don't know. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll get a glimpse at it, basically, just like we did with War Greymon. That might be it. But yeah, it's like this was a really really hype way to end the battle. Bringing in even just a glimpse at Wargreymon was just super hype. Um, just a really great way to close things off with that. And again, the final act of this battle against Deno Devimon was insane. It was fantastic. It was scary and intimidating. And it's like, this is how a final battle against the main enemy of this arc should be. But I also like that they didn't just end it off there, that there was still some troubles they had to deal with after the fact, that there was still some issues going on. Because it makes it feel like, oh yeah, like you can defeat a big enemy, but this world is still kind of volatile, all things considered. And it makes it feel like there's not really any rest. They got to keep going. They got to keep moving. They can't just take a break now that they've succeeded in one case. Um, that's how I view it, at least. But yeah, this was a very great set of episodes, and I can't wait for the next one. Um, but obviously, we're gonna have to. um, but yeah, it's like this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Where you, doing these reboots where you change things up, completely add in new things to make it feel fresh and exciting, but still keeping it like close enough to the original to where it's like, oh yeah, this is nostalgic. So it's like, yeah, this is what I like to see. Like this is changing things up even more than Higurashi has so far. Um, but I mean, granted, Higarashi's not as far in so far, to be fair. um, so that might change things up after a bit too. I would hope so. I really would. And it's already given some little hints at that, anyways. Um, and that one's not even really a reboot. That one's a continuation. So, yeah, just going over the same loops at the moment. But either way, I'm very excited to see where this goes. Like, this was fantastic. A great set of episodes. This is some really good things. But I want to hear what you think. So tell me in the comments below what you thought of episodes 24 and 25 of Digimon Adventure 2020. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.